Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Wednesday morning, the 12th of February. In this video, we're going to talk about the disappearance of Hollynn Snapp. I did cover her case in a few videos back when she first disappeared, but it's been a long time since I've done an update, and there has been a lot that has happened in that time. Hollynn was last seen in October of 2023. People know what happened to Hollynn, but they're not talking. So we've got to be the voice for Hollynn. Let's tell her story.
Eyewitnesses know Steven Linkous beat Hollynn, and we know that she was pretty much unconscious.
I don't care what kind of person you are. Nobody can sleep well at night knowing that they have the answers. Wouldn't you rather do it kind of on your terms and give us the information and cut a deal rather than for certain go away for the rest of your life?
Wouldn't you rather tell the truth now than go away for the rest of your life? That is very sound advice from the PI SF Investigate, Steve Fisher, who has been working on Hollynn's case on behalf of her family. But let's back up and talk about the circumstances of her disappearance. I first heard about this case when I was closely following the case of Layla Santinello. They disappeared within just 4 months of each other. Layla disappeared in June of 2023. Layla was a mother herself, but she wasn't without her problems. She had substance abuse issues, and she'd lost custody of her little daughter. But the little daughter was living with Layla's family, so she was safe. Things just went wrong in June of 2023 for Layla, and she has been missing ever since. Now, Hollynn disappeared from exactly the same town 4 months later. Hollynn was troubled. She had some mental health issues. She had some substance abuse issues. She'd had to leave custody of her natural family, but she was fostered by two really nice people who have championed the cause to find out what happened to Hollynn. Hollynn was 19, just 19, when she disappeared. She was staying in Kingsport in Tennessee, and this is what the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the TBI, listed on Hollynn's endangered missing poster. 19, female, white, brown hair, hazel eyes, only 4'8" and 110 pounds. So like Layla Santinello, even though she was an adult, she was very small in stature. She could be mistaken for a child. It was the middle of October that she was last seen. On October 15th, 2023, in the area of Bell Ridge Drive in Kingsport. Bell Ridge Drive, a man in his 50s, who we now know to be Steven Linkous, wanted the company of a younger female.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has issued a young adult alert for 19-year-old Hollynn Snapp of Sullivan County. Authorities say Snapp was last seen in the Bell Ridge Drive area of Kingsport on October 15th.
Hollynn's mother told me her daughter last reached out to her on October 5th, but when she hadn't heard anything in a week, she started to worry.
It's been a nightmare. I mean, it's horrible to wake up every day and think, my goodness, where is my daughter?
Heather Snapp adopted now 19-year-old Hollynn when she was 10. Both Snapp and Hollynn's former foster parent, Leslie Hunt, say it's not like her to stop communicating.
It does worry me a little bit more, just knowing how she is and how she's very trusting of people. That's concerning.
Snapp and Hunt filed a police report with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office on Sunday. Since then, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an endangered young adult alert for Hollynn, increasing the urgency of their search.
We're just following up on tips, conducting interviews. I really don't want to get into kind of what we're doing or where we've been.
Snapp says Hollynn struggles with mental health difficulties, but with few treatment options near her family home in Chuckey, she often had to choose between treatment and being near her family.
My daughter wouldn't be in the situation that she was in if we had been able to access resources in our hometown.
For now, the women are pleading for Hollynn to contact them.
We love you and we miss you very much. And if you can, please just reach out to somebody. You know, we do not feel like it's a situation where she doesn't want to talk to us.
Snapp says she's just as worried as Hunt, but is working to stay strong and keep the search going.
We have to find her. When that is all said and done, I will allow myself to grieve. But right now, I'm ready to fight. And I want my daughter back.
That piece there was from WJHL on October 27th, 2023. So Hollynn had been missing for just under 2 weeks. But there has been sadly few updates from law enforcement. In fact, law enforcement have been virtually silent on this case. But Hollynn's family were ready to fight. And it was because of them employing a PI to work on the case that we do know what probably happened to Hollynn Snapp. And it isn't good. It really isn't good. It doesn't look like Hollynn is alive anymore. But Steve Fisher, SF Investigates, has been providing updates on Hollynn's case over on Twitter in the last few days. So I'm going to read this, and we're going to get into Steve Linkous, who likely, according to eyewitnesses, beat Hollynn so much she just couldn't talk. And then she disappeared. 19-year-old Hollynn Snapp has been missing since October 2023. We know she was last with 52-year-old Steven Linkous in Belridge Drive, where he lived. He brutally assaulted her and she has not been seen since. Steve has obtained 199 phone calls that Linkous made from jail after he fled Kingsport to Bartow County in Georgia in his mother's car, following a visit from the TBI at his home. I have attempted to contact Steve Linkous, but he refuses to call me back. Since he lacks the courage to face the truth, I will begin telling Hollynn's story for everyone to hear. It's time for Stephen and the witnesses to come forward, because there are eyewitnesses. People saw this. People knew this. Do those same people know what happened to Hollynn? She died. Where's her body? Her family want her back. They love her dearly. So the only thing now that they need is Hollynn back so they can lay her to rest with dignity. But they also want justice for Hollynn as well. And whoever it was, whether it was Steve or accompanied by other people, justice needs to be served for Hollynn, doesn't it? It's time for law enforcement to take more aggressive action. We have waited over a year. We will not wait any longer. In the attached clip, Linkous speaks with his mother about discrepancies in his timeline. He discusses how his mother's vehicle was captured on a license plate reader, appearing to return to Tennessee from Georgia before suddenly reversing course. Listen and tell me, does this seem suspicious to you? Steve Linkous, call me. I have 198 more calls from Bartow County alone, along with copies of all of your emails and texts. Hollynn will not be forgotten. I will not give up. Let's listen to this.
Hello, you have a prepaid call from
Steven,
an inmate at Bartow County Jail. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
hey.
Hey, honey, how you doing?
Alright, I'm stressed right now and fucking, it's been stressful. I've been talking to the detectives for the last 5 hours.
What's going on?
Well, I mean, they just, they're down here from Sullivan County asking me about Hollynn, so.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's it?
I had...
What?
Go ahead.
No, you
What?
have what?
No, I was just going to ask you what they had to say and everything. Go ahead.
I mean, they're just, questioning me about, what's going on and stuff. And I mean, of course, Lisa's not forthcoming with the information and every damn thing of what she told me and all this other shit. So that's new information to them. And so, I mean, it looks like I'm the last person to see her. You know what I mean? And so it's been stressful. I mean, I've told them everything I've told you already and everything. And so, there's some discrepancies in my timeline and every damn thing else like that. And it's because it don't look right. Like there was a day on the 23rd or some shit that, you know, I thought about coming back home, and I drove all the way into Tennessee, and the car's been tagged by a damn tag reader and seen in Tennessee, and they wanted to know why I went that far up into Tennessee and then turned around and came back and all that other stuff, and well, I'd left my damn phone sitting at David's house and didn't think about having my phone or nothing as the stress of everything going on, you know what I mean? It's just one thing after the other, man. So, anyways, I just wanted to say hi. I love you, that's all.
Huh. He went for a ride to Georgia and back and forgot his phone. He had to come all the way back for it. Okay, alright. I'm smelling a rat here.
I can't help it.
You can't help it?
Yeah. Oh. I'm actually about to cry. That's how bad I've been laughing inside.
Several eyewitnesses know Steve Linkous beat Hollynn, and we know that she was pretty much unconscious, not able to articulate, not able to form sentences or anything like that after he beat her. From there, I have no idea where she could be or what happened. Lots of theories, but nothing that's really panned out.
It is time for those people to tell the truth. This that you're seeing here is from Missing People of America. And recently, this was done very recently, February the 2nd, 2025. Really good mini documentary about Hollynn and the circumstances of her disappearance. Definitely worth the watch. Definitely. Interviews with her family. This really tells Hollynn's story. It's good to hear that detectives are interviewing Steve Linkous and hopefully putting the fear of God into him. But it's time for Steve Linkous to come clean. Steve Linkous is not a very nice man. He really isn't. SF Investigates, Steve Fisher, has put out another call from Steve Linkous in jail. This is another segment from a jail call with Steve Linkous, the last person to see Hollynn Snapp. According to an eyewitness, he viciously beat her to the point she could no longer form words. Shortly after, she was never seen again. Here, Linkous appears to be setting up conflicting narratives. In just 2 minutes, he shifts blame in multiple directions, claiming an opiate overdose, accusing Brad, Trish, and Brad together of jealousy, Lisa, and even drug dealers. So, Steven Linkous, if everyone is responsible except for you, why not call me and tell the full story? Hollynn Snapp has been missing from the residence of Steve Linkous on Bell Ridge Drive in Kingsport, Tennessee since October 2023. We are going to find her. Here's that call.
And the thing with this girl, man, that really sucks because she seems like a really decent person. You know what I mean? And no one's heard from her. I'm supposing. You haven't said nothing. Last I spoke to the detectives, they were still inquiring about her. And I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm worried about? Is that fucking Brad. Him and that girl Trish do opiates. And you remember they had that one person overdose up there in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that fucking, I told you she had a thing for Brad. And I'm afraid something happened there. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea. But nothing makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying. But every time I do talk to them, which has been not recently, they were kind of not talking to me much now. But at any rate, I do ask them every time if you had any updates on finding her. And of course, the answer is always no. So, at any rate, I am keeping a close eye on it, and we'll do what I can to try and get information or whatever. But
the main thing is her. But I just feel like Brad and Trish are fucking slimy as fuck. You know what I mean? And there's something going on there. I told you, I think there's some kind of relationship between Brad and Trish, and I think it's like a jealous type thing too. I'm not quite sure. You know what I mean? And what makes me say that is the things that Lisa said. You know, and then everybody's making this difficult because, you know, it involves their drug dealers and that type of thing, and so no one's saying nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, just I don't know what's going to go on here.
Drug dealers, Brad, Trish. What about you, Steve? Are you going to admit to brutally beating Hollynn? And what happened to her after she was unable to form words? Did anybody get help for her? No one's saying anything, are they? Protecting the scum that most probably took Hollynn Snapp's life. But Hollynn's family are not giving up. They will find the answers necessary to bring Hollynn home. You may as well come clean. Once again, Hollynn was 19 years old in October of 2023. White female, brown hair, hazel eyes, only 4'8" and 110 pounds. Last seen in Kingsport at Belridge Drive, the home of Steve Linkous, and she has been missing since the 15th of October 2023. If you have any information regarding her whereabouts or where her remains might have been dumped, please contact the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office at 423-279-7390 or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. In the coming days, I'm going to talk about other people also missing in Tennessee. We're in Tennessee often on this channel. We've got the Summer Wells case, we've got the Sebastian Rogers case, both of whom have had a huge amount of publicity. But what about all of the other people who are missing in that state? What about them? Let's keep their cases in the forefront. Hopefully we'll get answers soon as to where Hollynn Snapp went to after she was beaten senseless, literally senseless, by Steve Linkous. Let me know your thoughts, guys. And if you're following the Megan Boswell case, yet another horrific case out of Tennessee, we are now up to day 7 of Megan's trial. It looks very strongly like Megan is going down for life. The state have presented a lot of evidence against Megan. But it's day 7 today, so join me. I will be live from 8:30 a.m. Eastern to stream day 7. Yesterday we saw some very interesting Facebook messages between Megan and her then boyfriend Hunter Wood, who the defence are trying to put the blame on for the death of little 13-month-old Evelyn Boswell. But it's clear from these messages that Hunter knew nothing. We also heard from the forensics people, the DNA, the fingerprints. At the end of the day, we heard from the medical examiner and then an expert forensic pathologist. And all roads lead back to Megan Boswell. Just like in Hollynn's case, all roads lead back to Steve Linkous. So hopefully, see you later if you're following the Megan Boswell trial. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.